I can only hope this is all working right. But hang on, let me... Okay, there we go. Shut the door. So, what I'm gonna do here is, you know, like Maximilian or something, or coefficient, whatever. I'm gonna go through all the astrals in this game, right? And so let me actually do something about the sound real quick. Let me turn that down. Let me tone all this down a little bit so I can hear myself a little bit. I hope this is all working right. I hope. Let me... check the thing. But I hope the audio is... Check my thing real quick, make sure that the tweet got sent out. It seems like it got tweeted out, so I can only hope everything is working as it is. But yeah, I'm going to go through the astrals of this game, of all, I'm pretty sure it's like 50 plus characters. I'm gonna go through them all, rate them, much like Maximilian or Coefficient did, but this time I'm gonna throw a little twist at the end of it all. I am going to, like after I finish, say, the Blaze Blue cast, I'm gonna kind of average it up and kind of give the overall series a number. Like say if by the end of it all the astrals average out to about, say, I don't know, 7, then that's what everything will get. That's what Blaze Blue would get. And the same logic would apply to Persona, Under Night, Ruby. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do about these characters, considering that their fates are so small in numbers. So, not 100% sure what I'm going to do for those, but I'll think of something when we get to that. In the meantime, let's get it on. Let's get her on. I am thankful I am doing this on PS4. Otherwise, if I was doing this on Switch or even my PC, we'd be here all day. 100%. 100% of the time. So let me go ahead and turn all these health values down, and we're starting off with the tried and true. Black Onslaught. It's one of those astrals you can't go wrong with, but I give that about an 8, putting my Ragna bias aside. I give that about an 8. I do, and what helps it make it an 8 is that quote that he used, because I think if you use it normally, or wait, hang on, let me see if I can get it. Well, basically, like the other quotes that he throws out, it's off balance. But if he uses the whole small speech throughout the astral, I think that helps kind of sell it off a little bit. Because when he says something like Nightmare Rage, that's a little bit whack when it comes to its timing. Because he would say it whenever the wing would come up, but now it's like during the second part of the scythe onslaught. So that part's a little weird to me, but as a whole, I give that about an 8. I'm messing that up. There we go.
Get ready.
So we're off to a fairly decent start on the Astrals front. Arctic Dungeon. Yeah. I give that maybe about like a 4 or 5. It's just, it makes sense given who Jin is, but it's so uneventful. I don't think I can even really, I don't think it's really worth anything, in all honesty. So it's not really that super spectacular. It's frankly boring.
Get ready.
Thank God this is all going pretty quickly. God bless PS4 load times. Oh, it's a grab super, isn't it? Kind of surprised to see him change it back to the grab super versus the counter. I give that maybe about a, give it maybe like a 6 or a 7. I think what helps is the, oh, I messed that up again. What definitely helps is like the unique animations, like unique drawings of Noelle, and then you cut to all these orbs, and then she collides them over to explosions. It kind of gives off like a sort of pseudo raging demon feel to me. That's sort of what I get from Noelle's Astral. Like a pseudo raging demon style thing.
Get ready.
Ah, 3 or 4. Yeah, I'm going with 4. It has good build up, but at the end it's just kind of bleh. I mean, like, let me watch that again before I can say anything for sure. Yeah, that just looks like a glorified version of one of her supers. I don't know how I feel about it, because... Oh, I did the wrong one. Hold up. I don't play Rachel. Yeah, her Astral was like a glorified version of that one. That was, oh, what's it called? Oh. What's it called? Hang on. Baden Lily? Yeah, it's a glorified version of that, so... 4 so far. Not Hakumen yet, because that's a good one. But not yet. I'd probably give that one about a 7. I do like how he like picks you up and then like sends you into space just to drag you back down into a huge crater. And then like he emerges from the crater, kind of talking that mad smack about you. I like that. Alright. Now we're getting to. Now we're getting to probably one of my more favorites, one of my more personal favorites of the Astrals. By the way, I hope there's a pretty good audio balance, because if not, it's going to be really embarrassing. And I think it's still a counter, but I think you can combo right after a grab, yeah. That's a little whack, but... Yeah, there's a lot of Astrals here that remind me of a Raging Demon, but I give that one like an 8 or a 9. Just the fact that you see like only one strike, and then it just turns into several different like ink strokes to their death. And I think in previous playthrough games you could see their body, but I think in this game they changed it so you can't, so that part's a little weird. But yeah, that's easily like an 8 or a 9. I feel confident about 8, but it's like the generous part of me wants to give it a 9. So. So far, stream is still staying up. I'm kind of surprised to see that, given how the last one I tried to do didn't really pan out very well. I'm kind of surprised to see this one turn out even remotely better. I hope. Anyway. Oh, okay, crap. See if this works, or do I just have to... Okay, there we go. A lot of the praises I sung about Noel's Astral do apply here, of how you have like a unique sort of frames of animation using to build up to the final strike of the Astral. Of course, you still have the fact that he got a giant sword come down to murder your ass. That's also pretty entertaining. But yeah, I'd probably have to give that Astral maybe a... I feel confident about that getting a 7. Feel confident about giving that a 7. It's quick, but at the same time I feel like that kind of takes away from it being super flashy. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think a lot of these characters can grab into their astrals. Okay, I do like the build up to the snake. I do like the build up to that snake bite. Let me see it again. That kind of... Yeah, I feel confident about giving that a 7. It's quick, but you know, it being quick doesn't make it a bad thing. But I feel confident about that me getting a 7. It's kind of using the whole suspense thing, which is partially why I'm giving it a 7. Oh god, this is gonna be a good one.
Get ready.
I have a feeling this one's gonna be a good one. That one's easily a 9. You can't convince me otherwise. That one's easily a 9. You know what? Just for fun, I'm watching it again. Yeah, I like how she like punches the moon, like punches you to the moon and then it just shatters right after a JoJo reference, so that's easily a 9.
Get ready.
I have a feeling this one ain't gonna turn out very well. Ah, 3. I give that one a 3. I'm just not really a fan of the whole magical girl sort of approach that clearly like all of like Platinum's moves have, and her astral just kind of makes my problems with those sort of characters all the more exuberant. Not super great build-up, and did that really just whiff? Hold on. Wow, okay. But yeah, like 3 out of 10. Not very good build-up and practically no payoff, so you know, 3 out of 10 on that one.
Get ready.
Okay, I do like how she gives a speech of how you need to atone for sins to kind of help build up the final strike. I do like that. That hits a good chord with me. But as far as it by itself goes, I give that one maybe a 7. Or you know what? Just because I'm feeling generous, make it an 8. Because I'm that generous. Here, this is because I just kind of like when, you know, big build-up attacks kind of go off, even if it's just like one strike like this Astral is. Yeah, it's simplistic, but you have the whole, again, like the whole like atonement for sins thing to help really kind of build up and pay it off. So, you know, you know, there's that.
Ready.
One punch! I'm gonna break my rule that I was gonna have for this, but you know what? I'm gonna break it. That's a 9.5 right there. He chokes you up on a chunk of earth, and when you come back down, he practically nukes you. So, you know what? That's a 9.5 right there. I don't think we've hit that 10 out of 10 Astral just yet, but as of right now, Azrael is like the closest it's gotten.
Get ready.
Actually, funny thing is, I think she actually does restore your full health before Minerva comes in for the final shot. Oh, excuse me, that is very rude. I am sorry. Yeah, I think she does full heal you. Let me try. Let me try it. Put you to 5. I don't know if it has to work like this or maybe not. Hang on, let me do this real fast. Let me put you back to 100. Maybe default so I can. Oh, I did that wrong. Hang on. Yeah, so let me get the AI down to low enough health. Okay, now see, let me. Yeah, look, she really heals it, so that part's a little weird. That part's a little whack. But in terms of the actual visual Astral, I give this 6. 6. I mean, it's just, I get that it makes sense for who Celica is to kind of have these flowery fields, but in terms of being visually pleasing, that probably the most interesting part is when Minerva kind of is getting ready to dive in on you. That's probably the only real visually interesting part. But so I feel comfortable about that one getting a 6. Alright, you can't do that too close. Alright, her air dashes are kind of whack. That was a 9. I know that's not a pun. Or not intended to be a pun. But I do like how she like traps you and then she's like, she kind of gives off this whole vibe of like, yeah, you're just fucked. And she just like rains me behind meteors on your ass. Yeah, that's a 9. 100% a 9.
Get ready.
Yeah, I'm really hoping the audio turns out well on this one. Oh, I thought I could hit. I was wrong. I'm clearly not auto-main. I'm kind of conflicted on this one because it is kind of the same as Ragna's, but at the same time it also has a few things going for it that are different. So I do like his little sentence of let the darkness consume you. By the end, I like the pacing and timing of that line, so you know what? I'm gonna give it what I gave Ragna's, which was about a 8. Oh, I love this one. I'm gonna love this one. Oh, that's embarrassing. That one's like a 9.5. Mainly because of the whole like, your world, and all its bullshit was. As he's like getting ready to charge up like a super devastating attack. So yeah, that's a 9.5 right there. I feel confident in doing that.
Get ready.
The only thing that's maybe stopping me from getting a little closer with it is probably too much green. Too much greenery everywhere. I give that one an 8. I do like how you got the psychedelic wing, but like wings she has before you disappear into glass. So I do like that kind of death. I do like that death, like animation. So I feel confident about that giving it that.
Get ready.
Oh god, Mass Jiggle, calm down. Okay, kind of like Tager's, I do like how she lands on where the battlefield was. And then she gives a thumbs up. And I do like the animation of the spear going down and actually crashing into the ground. So I give it that one an 8. Its build up is kind of blab, but the payoff to it works. The payoff to it isn't super great, but the payoff to it I say is more than worth it. I think the last place we won is just Juve, so let's get him out of the way.
Get ready.
Okay, I do like that in transition to where it's like it cuts from black and then it's like it changes to like sword strikes, then it cuts to the main stage. I do like that, and I do like how by the end of it he uses what looks like ink strokes like Hakumen does to build up the final sort of flurry of slashes. I like that. And I also like how he like takes off his hoodie. Yeah, like his face changes, or like his head changes. I like that. And the sort of end pose he's got. So that one I feel confident about giving an 8 to. Now on to what's probably, in my opinion, probably the weakest, not necessarily bad, but probably weakest set of Astrals. In my opinion. Not particularly bad, but oh, I messed that up. I do like the ending pose that Persona makes. I do like that. But I'm gonna get one common complaint with the Persona Astrals out of the way now. I do not like the theme that plays with their Astrals. I do not like it. I don't think it plays too well into what the Astrals are. I'm not the one biggest fan of that. But in terms of the Astral itself, I give it a 5. It's not too visually interesting. I do like the transformation that the Persona makes, but in terms of being all eventful and flashy, it's not that great. Okay, stop looking at me like that. Okay, I do like how, to borrow from Maximilian, I do like how he does what's more or less Ragnarok. And given who I believe Yosuke is as a fighter, it makes sense. But in terms of visual appeal, just general visual sort of eye candy sort of thing, that one's maybe like a 7. I went about this the long way. Okay.
Get ready.
This one has the same issues I had with Rachel's Astral. Ton of good build-up, but not so great payoff. Like, it makes sense for the character, and this applies to all the Astrals. The Astrals they have do make sense for the character, but that doesn't mean all of them are exceptionally good. I mean, this one's hardly this, I'd argue, is not too great. It's more or less just a kick. I mean, I will give credit to the Persona cast Astrals. I do like how they all have like unique sort of frames. I guess like portraits drawn of them as the Astral goes off. I like that. I do like that. And that one's maybe a 4 or 5. It's not super eventful. Not so great build up and leads to a not so eventful Astral. That one's a 4. Not super great.
Get ready.
This one feels kind of like a less interesting version of Azrael's Astral. It's probably like maybe a 6. I don't feel comfortable about giving it a 5 because there is more going on too than just being a simple instant kill. But I don't think it's anything above, say, I don't think it's anything too spectacular beyond that build up.
Get ready.
Oh, that does not work apparently. That does. I do like the fireworks shot of Teddy at the end, but and I also like the little salute he does. But as a whole, I might give that a 6 too. Not super eventful.
Get ready.
A 3. Do I really need to say anything more?
Get ready.
You scared?
Oh god, okay. Okay, I like that pose at the end. I like that pose in the end. But in terms of the actual Astral, that one's probably one of the higher ups that we've seen so far. I'd probably give that maybe about a 7. It makes sense, it has good build up. Payoff isn't quite what I'd like. But other than that, everything else about that was pretty alright. Oh god. Okay, I like the shot of his persona like into space with like all the galaxies. And I do like how he slams you down to like a pseudo Earth and then charges down like a meteor. kind of like a weird sort of pseudo reverse of someone like Taker's Astral. So I like that.
Get ready.
Oh, by the way, I don't think I've said that, but I'd probably give that one maybe about a 7. 7 as well. I actually kind of forgot about that. That one's barely above Naruto Shirogane. I give that one maybe about a 4. It's more or less the same problem I have with Naruto Shirogane's Astral. But like, you know, it's slightly better, but it's not really like a whole lot.
Get ready.
I hope I haven't skipped anyone yet. But yeah, Aegis, I guess whenever it gets a 4. I think this is a counter super, isn't it? Can I throw into it? Yes, I can. Okay, I do like how she barrages you and then drops like a pseudo spirit bomb on you. I like that. That one's maybe a 7.5. I feel generous. I'll give that one a 7.5. I think next one is Libris. Yeah.
Get ready.
By the way, if anyone is watching this, how's the audio doing? I hope I've got some of that right. Someone tell me in the chat. Oh God. Oh God. Oh good Lord. I might actually give that like, I might give that one like an 8 or a 9. May not have that much build up, but like the build up to the last hit though, after like all that barrage though, that was pretty good. And the static to back to the main stage. That one I feel confident in giving like an 8.5.
Get ready.
I think Adachi's like the only Persona character that has his own unique astral theme. I know why, and it makes sense why. I just think it's Adachi only at the moment. Oh, I thought his throw was different. I do like how he roasts you as he gets you. I like that. I like how he roasts you like as you go down, then like it cuts back to the main stage. He like disappears into like red dust. I also like this setting because I think this is how Adachi's sort of portion of the Persona 4 story kind of ends. Like the final battle was in that realm. I'm not a Persona 4 expert, so there's that. So don't roast me too hard.
Get ready.
I gotta give that one like I give that one like a 9. Mainly through like the whole build-up of it all, like his saying his body might die on him. I'm assuming he's talking about his body anyway. And then you have like all the flashing reds, and then you have the song playing. It's just like, this is like a stark contrast to the Persona Astrals. But yeah, that's like an 8 or a 9 right there. I love it.
Get ready.
Okay, just remember myself from saying it over and over again. The song to these Astrals, to the Undernight Astrals, are amazing. But in the context of this one, I love the little speech he gives about these are like God's blades, and I love the final shot over the city as like her opponent is like pulling behind him, getting cut. I love that end shot right there. Yeah, that one's like that one's maybe an 8. I love it.
Get ready.
8. Anyway. That is very deceptive. That was like a less interesting version of Tager's. Well, what did I give Tager's? An 8? I might give that one a 7. Slightly less interesting, but at the same time, I think Tager and Wallenstein's Astrals are meant to emphasize different things. But in terms of being pure spectacle, that one gets a 7. Okay, Carbine 6. Okay, there you go.
Get ready.
Oh God. I do like the blood spikes driving into you and hurting you. I like it. And I like how he's given the whole like little chant as well. So that one gets an 8. I'm feeling generous. That one gets an 8.
Get ready.
I do like how she has you like on like a light cross as she pierces you. But I might give that one like maybe maybe a 6. Like I like everything about it except it's just the impact it gives just isn't that great compared to like a lot of these other characters.
Get ready.
Oh Lord. You know what, stream chat? It might be a little presumptuous to say, but that one's like 10 out of 10 if you ask me. Especially with the little chant he gives. I know it's an exaggerated version of one of his normals, like his normal buttons. Like this, essentially, but yo, that build up and that chant, as well as that start of like playtime's over. If I gave that a 10 out of 10, and if I had to die with it, I'd be happy with it.
Get
Oh god, his air dash is also kind of whack. Oh god. Okay, I do like the shot of the city in the background as he bites down on you, as well as like these black splatters that are meant to represent blood. I would like this Astral more if I had if this was like the ruby color, which is like a parody off the Grim. But on its own, I might give that a 7. I feel safe in giving that a 7.
Get ready.
Same thing with Rachel's. Maybe like a 4 or 5 out of 10. Good build up, but not super great payoff to it.
Get ready.
This is going way quicker than I initially thought it would. Oh god. Okay, I like the light streaks and the sort of pose he makes before like all those hits like set in. I like that, but if I had to pick, oh crap, if I had to give it a number rating, I might give that one maybe a 6, because I like some of these like choices behind like visually, but at the same time there's not a whole lot there. Like all the good stuff that some of these Astrals gets are just stuff they get by default. So that one gets a 6. It's like one of them one strike Astrals. It's like a less exaggerated version of maybe Hakumen's. And the aesthetics make sense for who Yuzu is, but as far as being just a pure visual spectacle, that one gets a 6 from me.
Get ready.
The darkness speech kind of saves us from being anything below a 5, but I'd say that's probably only a 5. Even with the ruby color, I'd still say it's maybe only worth of a 5.
Get ready.
Okay, that one's just weird. I don't know what to make of that one. Let me watch it again so I can think about it. Like that one's trying to have build up, but that one's probably only worth maybe a 5 or 4. Like I seriously don't know what to make of Mika's.
Get ready.
Now we get into the characters that mean most to me. But you know, like I probably said, biases aside. And the thing is with these Astrals, they're like all references to huge points in their sort of in the series. Like Ruby's is when she killed that Nevermore in Volume 1. But purely as a spectacle Astral, I might have to give it a 6 or 7. It has good build up and good payoff, but it feels like the ending, like after the Astral went off, just doesn't really have a whole lot to it.
Get ready.
I don't know why I did that. It's sort of a condensed version of Elizabeth's Astral. It's a slightly condensed version of that. And I do like how she summons the sword at the end. I like that. So that one might get a... I might give that one an 8, if just for the ending pose before the normal standing pose.
Get ready.
Behold the team I promised myself I was gonna main pre-launch, but that was before I realized how much of a space animal Blake is, and that's just not a me thing. I do like the black silhouettes on red background as they disappear. I like what that's referencing, but in terms of being just a general Astral, that might be a 6 or 7, same level as Yuzu. Because it more or less does the same thing, just a bit more drawn out, I guess. Okay, I like the still shot on the final impact. I like that, as well as the barrage before said final impact. So that one I'll give a 7.5. I feel comfortable with that.
Get ready.
Oh god, clones are going nuts. Clones are being nutty. That one I might have to give a 9. If not for just how it ends with like glass shattering and everything. If not just for that.
Get ready.
Oh god. So she basically spirit bombs you. I mean, let me watch that again. That's embarrassing. Yeah, she basically kind of spirit bombs you. I might give that one like a 5. It's got a decent amount of build up, but not much in payoff. So that one might just have to bite the bullet a little bit. Oh god, to zoom in, you can see the pixels. I feel like I should send you to like some weird ice domain. Like you got like snow mountains and icebergs everywhere. My only real complaint with this one just kind of ends kind of weirdly. Like it feels like there should be one more strike before the actual end of the Astral. I might give that one a 7 because it's like everything except the very end was pretty good. Akatsuki. Okay, I see how it is, game. Okay, Akatsuki, calm down. I mean, this is like more or less like I'm trying to think what other Astrals do that sort of one-hit kill thing, and I can't name any offhand, but it uses that kind of trope. Also, weird thing with this one, it uses the unit's background for the Astral, but whatever, it is what it is. Well, I guess since Akatsuki is a guest character in Under Night, I guess it makes sense. But in terms of general sort of spectacle, I might give that one a 6. It's a little generic, but you know, it doesn't exactly hurt it. Now for the baby tank. Oh god, the eye flash, the eye glow meme. That backfired. Shut up. I like the animation of him turning around. That was this big ass laser. I like the animation of him turning around and then like the tail lights and everything, and he just got this big laser. I like that. I do like that. So let me head to the character select. Oh wait, let me think. That one probably gets a 7 for me. So if I were to tally everything up, Blaze Blue gets. I haven't really been writing anything down, so offhand, Blaze Blue maybe gets a 7. A pretty good start for like all the Astrals as far as like the character lists go. Persona gets probably maybe a 5. They're really not that special. Under Night gets like an 8 for me. 8 or a 9 just in general. Ruby I think would probably end up being maybe about 8 as well. Heart was, you know, like maybe a 5. This one's maybe a 6, and these two put together probably tally around 7-ish, maybe. But yeah, that's my stance on all these Astrals, and if Arc comes out with more characters for this game, which I'm hoping happens, I'll probably just do an update sort of reaction video with the new characters if they were to be here. But yeah, this is actually really fun for me. I am hoping to do this with other fighting games, like say Grand Blue or something. And the only reason I've done this game over Grand Blue is strictly because that game's roster is very short or very small, and I don't see much purpose in doing it with such a small roster. And with confirmed DLC coming, I don't see it as worth really messing with. So maybe once that game gets more of an expanded roster, I'll sit down and do it for that game too. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed this, let me know, and I'll probably do it with a handful of other fighting games. Maybe like Core Blaze Blue or something. But yeah, this was really fun, and I hope this was really worth something, because it was fun for me. But thank you for the handful of people that probably did tune in. And again, if y'all want me to do something like this again, let me know, and I'll probably end up doing it. Until probably my next video, which I have no idea when that'll be, I will see you then. Once I figure out how to shut this down, it's been a while. It has been a really long time since I've figured out how to stop this. Hang on. Oh, I gotta go to settings. It's been a while.